Internal Audiovisual Archive of Registry Documents. Document being archived SLC61. The Pestering Crone. Archivist Lawrence Lyer, Reevaluation Department. Location: manifests late at night in random houses. Status: active. Description and behavior: the Pestering Crone is an anomalous entity resembling a small elderly woman. It initially manifests in a house at night and then remains in close vicinity to the initial manifestation point in both visible and invisible forms until it leaves of its own volition. This entity in both visible and invisible states is entirely incorporeal and cannot directly interact with physical matter. The crone is usually more actively in its invisible state during the night. While in this state, it will attempt to convince the occupants of the house to modify both the physical space and their own habits to the entity's liking through often shrill demands. It is common for the occupants to initially comply with the demands of the Pestering Crow, as doing so can offer some momentary relief from its aggravating behavior. Doing so encourages the entity to remain in the area for more time and often escalates the demands it makes to be more and more intrusive on day-to-day life. Simply ignoring the entity, no matter how much noise it makes, encourages it to leave the area and remanifest at a new location. There have been rare instances where ignoring the Pestering Crone has had dire consequences. As the crone can still be seen and heard, it may attempt to lure more dangerous entities that may be in the area as a sort of revenge for being ignored. Once the entity is drawn into the house, the crone may even go so far as aiding it by deliberately leading it to the occupants. Recommended actions: usually the Pestering Crone is of no actual danger to the occupants of a home and functions more as a temporary nuisance. The best immediate course of action is to ignore the entity and its demands. If possible, it may be easier if you relocate temporarily to a new residence, which could also have the benefit of avoiding any potential of the crone seeking revenge. Typically, this entity will move on after about 1 week of being consistently ignored. If it takes longer, the crone is likely trying to lure an entity to the area. Please refer to any relevant entity entries for information on what to do if that occurs. End archive.